One thing that I keep seeing Google make lots of different updates with is Google Sheets. It seems like every time I get in there, I can do a little bit more than what I could before. So I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. And this looks similar to Microsoft Excel. I need to give this a name. Okay. Now, I can, if let's say that I decide I want to put anything up here, so like I did our leaderboard. First of all, I type this in cell 1A. I can highlight that and I can make it larger. Okay, so now you can see it's taking up cell 1A and 1B. If I click here, nothing's there, but it looks like I've got that highlighted. So it's because this is so large, it's just spilling over. I can change this so that it will just wrap my text, and it's going to make leaderboard look like it is two different words. So to do that, I'll go to Format, and I go to Text Wrapping, and I just tell it to wrap. So that's the way it would look. I can stretch this out now. So now cell 1A is very large compared to all the others. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all of this and I'm going to freeze this pane. Okay, so I'm going to go to View, go to Freeze, and it's this one row that I'm freezing. Okay, so now it doesn't matter how far down I go. You can see here I am in the 100s. Number 1 is still up at the top. Okay, so I'm going to just type in our names, so on. Let's say that I do not have anything in cells E through Z. I can highlight them, and I'm going to go all the way over to Z, and I'll do a right click or control click on them and then hit delete columns E through Z. So now this cleans it up. Now I don't have anything over there. Okay, now this says sheet 1. Let's say that I need to have more than one sheet here. This is, let's not call it the leaderboard, let's call it period 1. Okay, so these are my students that are in first hour. And I need to add a second one. So I'm going to double click, call this period 1, and then I'm going to go over here and call this one period 2. Apparently, here we go, period 2. And I could continue doing that there. So here I am in period 1, and if you think about any kind of function that you used in Excel, you can just about do any of those here too. So let's say that I wanted to put my grades in. And let's give Sally some similar grades, and Bob is struggling. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my average. Okay, equals average, and then I'm going to highlight this. I have to end my parentheses and then I hit enter, return. This gives me my average. Okay, now if you're familiar with the fact that you can copy your functions down in Excel, this won't surprise you, but what you do is whenever you've clicked on anything that you want to copy down, so let's say here that I want to give 50s all the way down, it will work just like that. And here's how it works. You click on your cell over here where this little box is. You can see it changes from the hand to the cursor to the plus sign. I want the plus sign. Click, hold down, and then it's going to copy that function down for me. Okay, so that's great. And then what I can also do is put some conditional formatting on this column since this has got my student averages in it. So things will jump out at me. If I just don't know that Bob is having some problems, I can click here, and that little arrow, go down to conditional formatting, and I'm going to say it's a certain color if this one is set as the cell is not empty. That's not what I want. I want if the cell is less than or equal to 60, because that tells me that a student is not performing well, and I just hit done. Okay, so there we go. So let's add in another student. Okay, Chrissy is doing okay on her first assignment. On her next assignment, she bombs it, and so I didn't copy down my function apparently. So let me pull that down here. It tells me that Chrissy has a 50%, okay? And so those two are highlighted. So there's lots of different ways you can use this, and it just depends on what you might need this for, but I have found that I really, really like the conditional formatting. For whatever reason, the colors just stand out to me and make things a little bit more prominent. I can add new rules to the same columns too. So let's say that within this column I wanted to add a new rule, and I want, if my cell is, let's say that it is greater than 80, then I'm going to make my color this ridiculous pink. That's making the text the ridiculous pink. That's not what I want. I want my text to be black. I want my fill color to be the pink. Okay, and then I just hit done. So now it shows those two up right there. So you can, like I said, play with this and make it what you like, but I think that you're going to find it to be a very valuable tool.